Thank you.
So just as we kind of wrap up, I have two kind of questions that I tend to ask everyone. What's the best piece of advice you've ever had?
And maybe something around sort of trusting your gut instinct. You know, there's been multiple times in business in particular where I've known something's not right, you know, going back to the last business as an example, but with other things, you know, with dealings with, you know, things that just haven't felt right. And it's always right. There's never been a time where I've had that feeling, that intuition to tell me that something's not good and I've been wrong. So I think, yeah, that's really important. And as well, people always give me advice around knowing numbers.
Okay.
And it's definitely an area that I have to really prepare myself for. I don't, you know, people that can, you know, you see people on Dragon's Den, don't you, doing the pictures, reading the numbers off and super confident and knowing all their stuff. I have to really prepare well for that. And if I don't, it catches me out. So that's good advice too.
I appreciate the honesty. It's I was talking to Paul Blake, you know, the owner of the Newcastle Eagles. I play basketball, so that's how I know him. But it's almost with and he said one of the issues in the early days when they really struggled was that he didn't get a handle on the numbers, and it really hurt them. And it was his best piece of advice was actually to really understand the numbers, because actually it's really important. If you were to give advice to your younger self, so you could pick, you at school, you scared to go to London, you could pick maybe when you got divorced or your TEDx or whatever it is. If you were to give advice to your younger self, what would it be?
I'd give myself two, right? I would say go to London at 21 or whatever. Don't wait until then, because the pace that my career progressed from going to London was just massive. So I would have gone earlier. I also had an opportunity where I got headhunted by Apple when I was working in London, and I could have worked in New York. Now, knowing now how much I love New York, I wish I'd said yes to that as well. So they'd be a couple of things where I should have gone for it. And then I think the other bit of advice that I would give is around, I think when starting getting into a business, is to find your tribe really early, because I had none of my family have ever started a business. They're not entrepreneurial at all. They've had very traditional jobs, and my friends all had quite traditional jobs at that point, but I have quite a different friendship circle now. I'm still friends with them, but you need your business friends, because they are the only people that will really understand. They'll challenge you, which I really like, that kind of friendly challenge, but they'll really understand when you have those wins, you know, just how important those wins are. And then when you're having those crappy times as well, they can give you a perspective on and pick you up and lift you up. And I think that's really, really important to secure that network and that group early on, because it will carry you through when you have those really crappy times.
No, I've genuinely, I didn't really know what to expect. I've really enjoyed this thing. It's quite cool. Is there anything you would like to talk about or plug before you go?
Something I want to plug? Yes, definitely. So if anyone's watching and we're not already connected, I would love to connect on LinkedIn in particular is where I hang out the most. Also on Twitter and Instagram. But on my LinkedIn, if you go into my profile, in that bold bit where I can send people to a website, I have a link to our free profile quiz. So if anyone is interested in seeing where their personal brand is right now, you can click on the link. It'll take you to a free quiz. It should take you 3 minutes to do on any device. It will give you a score for any area, every area that we feel makes up your personal brand, with some hints and tips as to how you can improve that. So I want to send people there. It's a really cool piece of software as well. So if anyone loves the software and thinks it'll work for their business, hit me up for a referral code, because I'm an angel investor in the software, and I can give you a free 30-day trial.